Kay says that Kay told you that she told Charlie on the night of the murder that some friends of hers went to Tallahassee and killed him. Did Kay ever tell you that?
No, ma'am.
Okay. She asked him to give her the 1/3 of $1 million that he was going to pay his sister so that she could relocate with her children to Miami. He went crazy on her. He said that that was going to be an offer to his brother-in-law not to kill him. Did Kay ever say any of that to you?
No, ma'am.
And then over here continues, but she convinced him that the murderers think a woman is paying for this. They don't know Charlie. She told him she wouldn't tell her friends who he is. She can keep him safe. So she was, according to this story, extorting money out of Charlie, but he didn't know it. He thought she was his friend, but really she was his enemy. Is that the deal?
Yes, I suppose that's what it's supposed to be.
All right, and did Catherine McDaniel, ever say any of that to you?
No.
Do you know, are you familiar at all with Charlie Adelson's trial or his trial testimony?
No,
There's a part on here that says, here, she laughed about how easy it was to extort, and extort is underlined. Did you underline that, or did Mrs. Adelson underline that?
I didn't underline it.
Okay. How easy it was to extort him for the money. He wouldn't have to take her out to a fancy dinner. She could buy plenty of fancy dinners with the 1/3 of $1 million. She said she fooled her baby daddy and she fooled Charlie. Sigfredo would do anything for her, and he did. All right, so again, sorry to keep asking the same question, but did Kay say any of this to you?
No.
Okay. Charlie was scared and easy to extort. What a stupid fool. He believed her that she was keeping him safe from the killers. Ha ha, what a joke. Is that the type of language that Catherine McDaniel would use?
No.
Do you know her well enough to tell this jury that she wouldn't say something like, you know, what a stupid fool, ha ha, what a joke?
Yeah, she wouldn't talk like that.
That's what Mrs. Adelson wanted you to come in and tell this jury.
Yes, ma'am.
Did she give you anything or promise you anything in exchange for reciting this script?
While I was in jail, I received packages and phone calls, and I was promised things as well.
What type of packages?
Packages are in jail just like a bunch of basically gas station food, but it's exciting when you're in jail.
Okay, and what about phone calls? What do you mean by that?
Just the phone calls are very expensive from jail, so she would let me use her phone to call my mother and other people.
Okay, and you said she promised you other things in the future. What other types of things?
$10,000, a grand piano.
What else?
She promised me cameras, but
none of that came to fruition?
No.
Okay. And what about pills? Did she mention anything to you about pills?
Yes, that if I needed pills, that I could call a doctor named, I think, Obed. I think that's his name.
Okay.
Yes.
And that person would write you some prescriptions?
Yes, ma'am.
And why would you be in need of prescription medication?
I'm a recovering drug addict.
Okay. Did she tell you that if you were to be released that you could make these phone calls, including this phone call to Dr. Obed?
Yes.
Okay, and how were you going to get these other items, like the $10,000?
The money would be through something called Zelle.
Okay, and who was going to send the money through Zelle?
Oh, Harvey.
That's her husband, Harvey Adelson?
Yes.
And how were you supposed to contact Harvey Adelson?
Through a phone app called Signal.
Okay, had you ever heard of the phone app Signal before?
No, ma'am.
Okay, one moment, please, Your Honor. No further questions at this time, Judge.
Cross-examination.
Yes, Your Honor, just a moment.
So before you cross, please approach.
Woo! Direct is done. What a perfect time to bring in trial attorney Marlo Greer. Marlo, thank you for joining me, for being here with me. You know, I've been saying all along, yes, there's circumstantial evidence so far, things like leaving the country on a one-way ticket before a bar mitzvah, not returning for that certainly didn't look good for Donna Adelson. This witness, to me, takes it to the place of the state is now building its case. Now, the state may have the jury in a conviction against Donna Adelson because this witness, according to her testimony, was given a script by Donna Adelson, maybe in her own handwriting. We'll learn later whether or not that's Donna's handwriting through a witness that will take the stand. But in the meantime, what do you think? It says to say the story exactly same as the story we now know Charlie Adelson told on the stand during his own trial.
This witness is going to be a key witness. More importantly, is the jury going to believe her? There really is speculation around jailhouse snitches and why. So this handwriting expert, I think, is going to be excellent. Is this her handwriting? And if this really is her handwriting, I think that this is the best thing that the prosecution has put forth so far.
Absolutely agree with you, Marlo. I finally feel like they may be getting there in the case against them, which of course you never know till the end of the case and what the jury decides. But let me ask you this piece as well, because the state handled this properly in terms of this witness and credibility. They laid out at the beginning, first of all, she hasn't yet been sentenced, and she faces up to a lot of years in her sentencing, that she was not given anything in exchange for her testimony, according to her. But she also has, did you notice, 27 other convictions for felonies. 27 other convictions. So a juror may think, how can I possibly believe her? She's been convicted 27 plus times.
Absolutely, and I believe that the defense is going to hammer hard on that, especially if some of those felonies have to do with truthfulness, and my guess is that they definitely would have to do with truthfulness. They'll talk about the fact that she was a drug addict. It was good that the prosecution brought that out, and that really is something that you want to do in trial. If you know that there's going to be a bad fact, you don't want to hide it. You want to make sure to get it out first. I'm actually kind of surprised that they didn't go in a little bit deeper as to some of those 27 felonies to make sure that they could explain them away when they were in control of the witness, as opposed to letting it all come out on cross.
Yeah, they did keep it very cursory, but again, they brought it out. I agree with you. That's why they have to do it. Which part of the testimony stood out to you? And I ask you because the part that really got me, again, mirrors Charlie Adelson's testimony when he testified, which is his story, the jury didn't believe, his story that Catherine McDonough was trying to extort money out of him and said, oh my gosh, I'm so upset. I'm so sorry. My friends killed Dan Markell, and now you have to pay them $350,000. What stood out to you about the note, the script, the testimony?
Really what stands out to me is the way that the prosecution presented it. In other words, is this something that Donna told you to say? Is this the script that you were given? Who told you to say this? Would Kay have said this? Does this sound like Kay? Essentially reinforcing over and over again that this is Donna and she is the one that is directing it, which goes along with the theme of their case. She's the mastermind.
Oh, I agree. Stand by, Marlo. I'm sure we're going to have lots more to talk about because right now we are going to take a break. When we come back, the cross-examination of the jailhouse informant. How is she going to be handled by Donna's team? We'll be right back. Welcome back to Court TV Live. I'm Ashley Wilcott. Thank you for being with us. It is day 6 of testimony in the Matriarch Mastermind murder trial for the defendant, Donna Adelson. Prosecutors allege that the 75-year-old grandmother helped orchestrate the 2014 murder of her ex-son-in-law, Dan Markell. They say Donna arranged to have Markell killed after a judge granted him shared custody of the children that he shared with Donna's daughter, Wendy. Let's go back inside the courtroom now. Maybe one of the most important witnesses to testify, where Donna's former fellow inmate, who she referred to as her jail daughter, now faces cross-examination by the defense.
Good afternoon.
Now, you testified that you haven't been promised anything, correct?
Yes, sir.
Isn't it true that you were released from jail on February 11th,
Yes, sir.
2025 as a result of your cooperation in this matter?
Oh, I don't know if it was a result of my cooperation, but yes, that's when I was released.
Okay. And so you met with law enforcement. In fact, you sent a letter to a Detective Turner in December of 2024, correct?
Correct.
Okay. And you said that you had information about Donna Adelson, correct?
Correct.
And that you'd cooperated in the past and you wanted to do it again.
Correct.
And then as a result of that, on December 18th, Detective Turner came and met with you.
Correct.
And you spoke with him about this matter.
Yes, sir.
And then on December 20th, you were taken up to the state attorney's office to meet with the state attorney's office, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And then as a result of that conversation, on February 11th, you were released.
I don't know if that's how it works.
Okay. Now, I want to back up a little bit. You've met prior to being rearrested in September of 2024. You knew Patricia Berg, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Were you guys friends on the outside?
No.
Just on the inside?
Yes, sir.
But you've been friendly before?
Friendly, I suppose, for jail.
Now, when you first met with law enforcement or the state attorney's office on December 20th of 2024, towards the end of that conversation, you said to them, "Did I do a good job?" Isn't that true?
Yes, it is.
Now, when you met with them on that day, the offer that you'd had at that point was 5 to 6 years in prison, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now I want to back up a little bit. Let's see. So that violation of probation. You were originally put on that probation September 1st of 2023, correct?
Correct.
Okay. And at that point in time, isn't it true that you qualified for enhanced sentencing?
If you're talking about the PRR, is that what you're talking about? I'm not sure.
Did you qualify as a PRR sentence?
I think it was actually past the 3 years.
Okay. I want to approach, and I'll have this marked for identification purposes. You better approach. Identification purposes. This judgment is sentence that was rendered on September 1st of 2023. Do you recognize this?
Yes, I do.
And it indicates that you qualify for PRR sentencing, but the state is waiving it at that time, correct?
Okay. Yes, it does say that.
Okay. And so this is a judgment and sentence or conviction for one count of burglary of an occupied dwelling, and 1 count of burglary of a dwelling, 2 counts of burglary of a conveyance. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And PRR sentencing means that when you commit a qualifying offense within 3 years of your release from prison, the court has to sentence you to the maximum sentence day for day unless you have a plea agreement that says otherwise, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so that would mean that this sentence, the court would have to sentence you to 15 years day for day in prison, correct?
If I went to trial, yes, sir.
If you didn't have this plea agreement.
Yes, sir.
But you did have this plea agreement.
Yes.
And you were put on probation.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, it specifically says if you violate probation, they can reimpose the prison releasee reoffender sentence. Is that correct?
Yes.
Unfortunately, you did violate that probation, didn't you?
I did.
Okay. And on June 18th of 2024, probation officer signed an affidavit of violation because you started using again, correct?
Yes, sir.
You were rearrested. You didn't go back to prison, did you?
No.
You got a chance for more treatment, didn't you?
I did.
Now, originally in that 2023 sentence, you did an inpatient program.
Yes, at Sisters in Sobriety.
And you completed that.
I did.
Okay. Here, when you were reinstated in July of 2024, you were stepped down to outpatient, correct?
Yes, sir.
You didn't report to probation, did you?
No.
You started using again.
I did.
And you strung your probation officer along, lying to them.
I don't think I did that, but...
You did not make yourself available for supervision?
No, I didn't.
You didn't follow instructions?
I just didn't go.
And you also didn't test?
I didn't go, correct.
And so then you are rearrested, not just for the violation of probation, but also for a new felony charge, correct?
What's the new felony charge?
Burglary of a conveyance?
Okay, yes, correct.
Okay. And so in September of 2024, when you were rearrested for violating probation and the new burglary charge, that point in time, you are facing 15 years mandatory day-for-day sentencing, unless you can reach an agreement with the state.
Correct.
And then you meet Donna Adelson.
Correct.
Your get-out-of-jail-free card.
I don't have an answer to that.
And you befriended her.
We became friends, yes.
And you would ask her questions about her case.
No, I didn't ask her questions about her case. She offered it to me and I would listen to her.
Okay. So it's your testimony here today that you did not ask her questions.
I can't remember. I may have asked her 1 or 2. I mean, we were locked up for a long time, but I didn't go to her constantly and asking her questions, no.
Just a moment.
Before you ask your next question, Mr. Zollman, please make sure it's sufficiently clear as it relates to matters that have been ruled upon.
Yes, sir, and that's exactly what I'm having ensure done. Okay. So, if you didn't reach an agreement with the state, the court would have to sentence you to 15 years, day for day.
If I went to trial and was found guilty, yes.
So that your understanding is if you went to trial, you would face 15 years day for day.
If I was found guilty, yes.
Okay. So we're talking about a violation of probation. You go to a VOP hearing. You've already testified that you started using again.
Yes.
You didn't show up for probation.
Correct.
Okay. So if you went to court without an agreement, you would have to be sentenced to 15 years. Is that correct?
Yes.
Now, isn't it true that when you went to meet with law enforcement on December 20th of 2024, you made sure a couple days prior to this to sit down in a location in the pod and engage in a lengthy conversation with Donna Adelson, correct?
No, actually, the pod, you can see, the whole pod is visible.
Isn't it true that you told them that you made sure that you sat where a camera could catch you while you sat with my client going over paperwork?
Yes.
Okay. And you wanted them to make sure that they could get video of you with my client?
Yes.
Okay. Just a moment, Your Honor. Did you tell my client she was naive about jail?
That she was naive about jail?
Yes.
Meaning that she just wasn't aware of what went on in jail?
Yes.
I may have. I don't remember.
Now let's talk about that video. I believe the state's going to be introducing that a little bit later. Now, describe for the jury how it came to be that my client wrote down the script that they've introduced into evidence.
How it came to be?
Yes.
Donna wrote it, and she and I were supposed to go over it and practice it.
Okay. During that time that you were sitting there, did you write anything down? I
may have colored or written something, but I honestly don't remember.
Did you take things out of the notebook that you'd already written and show them to her?
Probably, maybe. I don't know. I honestly don't remember. It's been a while.
So you don't remember telling her what to write?
No, I didn't tell her what to write.
Your testimony here today is that you never told her what to write?
Yes.
Okay. That's the one thing you are sure about here today. Just a moment, Your Honor. Nothing further?
Redirect examination.
Were you ever advised to say anything other than the truth here today?
No.
You have a lawyer that's representing you on your criminal cases, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And he's working with the prosecutor on that case, not me, right?
Yes, ma'am.
To try to get you some kind of deal, not 15 years maximum penalty, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and before your most recent release, you had a five-year plea offer at some point?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and as we sit here today, do you have a plea offer?
No.
Okay, so you're waiting to get a new plea offer.
Yes, ma'am.
From somebody, not me.
Correct.
Hoping that maybe it will be better than what it would otherwise be based on this information.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, but you had already provided that script to us before this most recent release and this most recent violation, and now you're going to have to deal with accountability for that, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and that script, it was suggested like, oh, you told her what to write. Did you even know any of that story to tell her?
No, ma'am.
No further questions.
You may step down. Will this witness be recalled by either party?